If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. In December of last year, we got Fighting Demons, the second posthumous release from Juice WRLD, following Legends Never Die the year prior. And of course, there were always these rumors about this, mysterious big album, The Party Never Ends, was, that it was still coming out. Because before Fighting Demons dropped, we thought that this next album that then turned out to be Fighting Demons was supposed to be The Party Never Ends, and there was also a lot of signs hinting at that, and some comments from Lil Bibby, obviously the CEO of Grade A Productions, the label that Juice was signed to, just all spoke for themselves, and we thought that this was going to be the next big album, and also the last big album of them officially releasing those Juice WRLD tracks under Grade A. Now, over the past couple of months and weeks, we've gotten alterations of Fighting Demons with a couple of new singles here and there, but obviously fans are still waiting and expecting The Party Never Ends, and with it, a lot of the stuff that, hasn't been leaked yet, a lot of the stuff that people are actually eager to hear, because on Fighting Demons, the fans that were into the leaks and into the unreleased stuff, they've probably heard the whole album before it dropped. So fans want that, not leaked music on The Party Never Ends. Well, today I wanted to go over a couple of comments from Lil Bibby that happened a couple of days ago, about 2 days ago, that, might hint at a possible cancellation of the release, but then also a couple of other things he said about the album that are just kind of weird, and we're going to talk about this whole thing, so let's jump straight into this. So what I really want to get at are these, unconfirmed, so this is no official source, but this has been making the rounds on the subreddit and also on social media, from a conversation in the Twitter DMs with Lil Bibby. Now, this does look like the official account, but as I said, this is not confirmed. Well, in here, we can see two messages from Lil Bibby that read, "These leaks is getting out of hand." In this, he's referring to a lot of the Juice WRLD stuff that's going around on YouTube, on SoundCloud, on, just people trading those leaks and unreleased tracks back and forth, which has always been a very big part of the Juice WRLD community. We've probably heard more unreleased songs from Juice than we, have released songs by far, and we know that he has such a big repertoire of still unreleased songs in the multiple hundreds of quantity and magnitude. So he does have the material out there for fans to be satisfied for a very long time, trading leaks back and forth. Well, he continues to say 2 minutes later in this conversation, "I hope all the fans are happy. The Party Never Ends might be canceled if all the shit leaks." So this is kind of the critical part that we're getting at. So he's basically confirming that The Party Never Ends is dropping with this, which he has done before. I'm going to go into, another comment from him in a second, but this again confirms and solidifies the idea that Grade A and the team around Lil Bibby are working on The Party Never Ends and are just now seeing all these leaks out there, and they're like, yo, we don't want the same thing that happened to Fighting Demons, so people complaining that they've basically heard the whole album and the fans not being satisfied, to happen again with The Party Never Ends, because that is the album that all the fans put all this pressure and expectations on to be this grand, thing with all the unreleased Juice stuff that's still out there that we haven't heard yet. So that's kind of where I think his motivation for saying this is coming from, him being we've just had this happen with Fighting Demons, we are working hard on this, trying to give something to the fans, and they're just leaking all the music and all of that, and it's just really frustrating to not be able to put together a track list that they may have been really happy with, and then they're checking and they're yo, all these songs are already leaked. I can kind of get the frustration, but people of course are not happy with this comment. They're saying yo, Bibby, you're ruining Juice's legacy. You are, just putting out all these sad songs and all these emo songs while we want more hype tracks. That's basically the number one criticism that's been getting at Bibby. People want the more up-tempo, hype, and happy Juice songs. And over the past couple of years, the singles that we've gotten posthumously were just like those sad and those moody type of Juice songs, and those are great. Don't get me wrong, that was one of the big strengths of Juice WRLD, but still, people also want some diversity in this. I wanted to go over another, piece of evidence we've had for The Party Never Ends. I'm not exactly sure when this Instagram Live took place, but I think it was in the recent past. This has only been making, the rounds on social media for the past 2 to 3 days. But this was a snippet of an Instagram live stream where Bibby was talking about The Party Never Ends and basically confirming that it was dropping, just like I already went over in that other post from him, those messages from him. And here he said that, The Party Never Ends is gonna be Juice featuring himself, Lil Bibby, on every track. And of course, people are like, yo, what is going on? Like, why are you putting yourself on every track for this album that the fans are waiting on to be this big album of just unreleased Juice stuff? How does this man, Lil Bibby, how is he handling the legacy of such an important artist like Juice WRLD if he's just like, yo, the next album is going to be me on every track featured? Of course, I don't think that is actually what's going to turn out to be the true and reality, situation of stuff. It's not going to be a Lil Bibby featured on every track on The Party Never Ends. I mean, at that point, Juice's legacy is really taking a turn into the wrong direction if it hasn't already yet. But still, it's like this whole thing is just really complicated. The whole rollout with The Party Never Ends, Lil Bibby being responsible for this, getting a lot of hate for the stuff he's doing. I can kind of get the frustration, especially with those messages he sent concerning the leaks. I can get that. I get where he's coming from. But still, listen to the fans. Juice WRLD is not putting out the music himself anymore. We only have the material that is left. And if Juice was still alive, he would want the fans to be the number one factor in what music is being put out, because obviously the music is for the fans. And if the fans want that more hyped and up-tempo type of tracks, then give it to them and don't give them all the leaks that are already out there. I truly believe there are enough Juice songs out there that can still fill a couple of records to come, and I don't think that Lil Bibby is actually going to be on every track on The Party Never Ends and he was just tripping. Anyway, that's just my thoughts, my interpretations of this whole thing. Now I want to know what you think about this. Do you think that Lil Bibby is going to be featured on every track on The Party Never Ends? Do you think The Party Never Ends is actually going to come out? What do you make of those threats from Lil Bibby that he might cancel The Party Never Ends? If these leaks just keep happening, yeah, all of that. Please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.